20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally.
Third-generation star Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him to the flag. Checkered flag waving. It's over. It's Earnhardt.
He's going to do it. He's going to win the race and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. California's Kevin Harvick does it.
You are the 2014 Sprint Cup champion.
The 24-year-old from Dawsonville, Georgia, is about to join his father, Awesome Bill, in elite company. Chase Elliott is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Ah! Ring that sign, boys! Yes!
And the 1991 winner of the Daytona 500 is Ernie Irvan, the Morgan McClure Chevrolet.
Morgan McClure Chevrolet, honk.
Honk.
Honk. What's up, Phil?
What's happening, brother?
Brother, everybody, welcome to the Clean Air Show 2025 season debut, I guess you could say. I mean, we've had a couple episodes in the off season, but this is like the real season debut here.
Dude, I might get a little loud here. NASCAR's back, bro.
We're fucking back. I just threw a Zen can.
Son of a bitch.
Ah, shit. Phil, we planned on recording last night, but some things got a little spicy out at the bar.
I was in bed. Like when you messaged me, I was long asleep, bro.
But you were there. Like you experienced, like we were there.
That's a pure insanity.
We closed down that bitch last night. But yeah, we decided it was better we didn't record last night after that point.
We were about halfway through the night, and AJ says, dude, I don't know if I can record tonight. And I said, yeah, but it'll be a really good one.
I was wanting to. I figured it'd be a lot better, but shit. Here we are, man. Clash of Bowman Gray.
I'm excited.
You ready for this?
I've been watching a lot of stuff. You know, I watched that documentary that NASCAR put out on YouTube. Did you see that?
I did not.
It's about 45 minutes long, but it starts with how Bowman Gray started to them putting the safer barriers and shit on a couple weeks ago. And it, like history, cool stuff. I watched that this morning when I first woke up, and I was like, dude, I'm fucking ready.
Have you been to Bowman Gray before?
Nope.
That's like a bucket list thing.
It's on my list. We were in North Carolina with the kids, and we were gonna go, but it looked like it was gonna rain, so we decided not to, and they ended up racing, and we were pissed because we didn't go.
God, it sucks. Oh, that sucks. Oh, man.
Also, Royal Rumble tonight, dude.
Oh, bro. Royal Rumble tonight.
Yep.
Bro, I get in this waiting room, and Phil goes, why the fuck are you wearing a Cole Custer shirt? And I said, hold on, Phil. What's tonight? The Clash? What's also tonight? Royal Rumble. And I was like, Royal Rumble.
I wasn't even thinking. I'm like, that's the last person I thought I'd ever see with a crew shirt of.
I am not a Cole Custer person, but you know what? I'm a sponsorship person. And that's all that fucking matters. Some fun stuff coming this year, and I'm going to get this out of the way early so we can get more people entered in on this. NASCAR Fantasy League for the Clean Air Show on NASCAR.com. It's free to join. It's a public league. If you want me to send you a link directly, I can send you a link directly. Just message either the Twitter page or comment down here, and I'll get the information over to you. So let me backtrack here a little bit. Clean Air Show NASCAR Fantasy League is up. Free to join. Top 3 pay out. So at season's end, and I message you that you finish first through third, you get your options here. First place gets a 124 scale ARC diecast of your choosing. It's got to be available. I'm not going to sit here and go on eBay and try to scavenge out like a $300 resale diecast car. Like, no, like off the Lionel website or Plan B, like pick a 164 ARC standard finish.
I always forget
race.
Plan B makes diecast because that's not what I think of when I think of Plan B.
Race version, whatever. Second place is going to be a Fanatics gift card. I'll figure out how to make that work, and you can get racing gear off of Fanatics
you can
whatever.
do it digitally, and then they get the card on their phone.
Right.
I've done it before.
And third place is going to be kind of the same as the first place, but it's just a 164 version. So top 3 pay out. Finish in the top 3, you get paid out. And I'd be willing. Well, I don't know about that. I'm going to make Phil buy me a diecast if I finish first. I'll buy Phil a diecast if he finishes first.
Whatever.
Whatever. But yeah, if you want to join in on that, the more the merrier. More is welcome. I think we are already up to. I posted it in our Discord, and I've got 4 entries in it already.
I haven't shared it to like Brandon or anybody yet, so I know a couple people I can message and probably get involved.
And you will also know that it's our league because not only is it named Clean Air Show, but the motto is winner of the Daytona 500 is Ernie Irvin, the Morgan McClure Chevrolet.
Honk.
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 I love that the honk thing was an LTC thing. And it was just something that Cooper kept doing all the time. And now because of our intro, we have now adopted the honk. Honk.
Honk.
So what are you looking forward to this week? This today, tomorrow? What are you looking forward to?
I think it's gonna be a shit show.
Oh, it's a complete shit show.
And what's crazy is I didn't realize that they haven't practiced.
No, and that's why I messaged you the other day, and I was like, "Do you want to go Friday night?" Because I was assuming cars would be on track Friday night for practice. No, we're getting like
6 o'clock tonight. That's the first time they hit, and then the heat races are like an hour later.
Yeah, like
but I like
well.
it. But I like it though. That's like the short track.
It's
You're only
100%.
taking so many cars, so you got to run in through your heat, and then you get a last chance qualifier. I love it. I think that's how it should be a lot of times. Shorten the races up and do that on a regular short track basis, like Martinsville and stuff. You got to get rid of the stage races, make it like a 200 lapper. Boom, you're done.
Bro, I think it is. Like you said, it's just like the local short track stuff. I mean, anytime you or I have gone out to the races and you've raced, it's exactly like that. You unload, you shake down the car, and you're right into qualifying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, around here, they practice for like 4 friggin' hours, though. That's stupid.
What I'm trying to find...
You get on track at like 1 o'clock, and then the driver's meeting's at like 5:30.
Do you want me to run down the format?
Yeah, you can run down the format. I have the practice and the practice groups and the entry list readily available. So you do the format.
The format, there's going to be 3 practice groups with each group having 3 sessions. Final practice determines the starting order for the 4 heat races. Fastest on pole for heat 1, second on pole for heat 2, third on pole for heat 3, fourth on pole for heat 4, etc. Heat races are 25 laps each. The top 5 finishers from heat races fill the first 20 of 23 spots for the main event, with the winner of heat 1 on the pole, winner of heat 2 and second, heat 3 and third, heat 4 and fourth. The remaining cars compete in a 75-lap last chance race. The top 2 finishers advance to the main event. The 23rd spot goes to the highest driver from 2024 driver point standings that is not already in the main event. So essentially, they could have really shortened that bullet point. Just said, if you're in the top 16, you're in the main event. Essentially, I guess if you're in the top 5 in points, you're locked in. 200-lap main event with 23 cars. Only green flag laps count during the heats, last chance qualifier, and main. No overtimes in the heats in last chance qualifier, but the main must finish under green. Shit show. Halfway break at lap 100 in main event.
Shit show, 100%.
Shit show.
Now,
if that race
if
tomorrow
I-
has to end under green, it's going to be a shit show.
If I remember correctly, didn't Dale Jr. do the test there? I want to say somebody went there and tested, and it wasn't a driver because they weren't allowed to. They used it as like an exhibition. I think it was Dale Jr., if I remember correctly.
I'm trying to find it. Oh my god, someone on Reddit put up a spotter guide. That's pretty sweet. I wish they used to do these for all the races. Like when you'd go
paint
get your
schemes?
program. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me save this real quick so I can put it up in here. Why is the dog barking? What's the dog doing?
What the dog doing? Yeah, bro. Hold on, I got it.
I got it. I got it right here.
You got
I'm
the
gonna put
video?
No, not the video. No.
Oh, I got.
Remember these though?
Oh yeah.
They used to put these in with every program, especially for the 500. I specifically remember this used to come with the program.
It was a fold out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Listen,
I missed that.
I'll give it to him, bro. Some of these cars are sexy. That Ross Chastain car, mint.
I need more sponsorship on it. I hate to say that. It's just
I agree, but I think, like I said to you last night, I think they're using the Trackhouse brand as the sponsor, though, because you got to think they got Trackhouse Motorplex. They've got all these different things under the Trackhouse brand. I think that's what they're more promoting.
and there's no better time to do it because it's not like you're getting paid out
No.
for this unless you win it. So
Dude, but they're haulers, best looking haulers out
where's the hauler layout? That's what I want.
Oh, dude.
Let me see that video that you got though.
There's no sound that I can tell.
No, that's fine. It should be fine. So it was Junior that was at the test.
2021.
Oh yeah, I have it right here in front of me. Dale Earnhardt Jr. came out to the historic. Oh, that was Winston-Salem. Oh wait, it is in Winston-Salem. I'm a fucking idiot. The track is more narrow now too because of the walls, right?
Yeah, they said they lost, like in some places they lost about a foot. And like Burt Myers and Tim Brown said, the thing is, like, they know how to go all the way to that wall and use up as much of it without touching it. Well, now what they know is different. And he said, you're probably going to see a lot more guys get in the wall off the corner. Like the modifieds today, when they run, you'll see more people like hit the fence off the corner.
The modified race is that on a streaming app? Oh fuck, that's the wrong thing.
That's on Flow.
It's on Flow?
Yeah,
We'll be
130.
good there. There we go. That's the right layout.
Because all the big modified stuff, they've got the modified tour. They do like a lot of the Southern modified tour stuff too.
Yeah, I'll be watching that. I gotta make sure the iPad's charged for tonight.
Yeah, you do.
I'll be fucking 10 screening.
So practice groups were set by Cup Series owner points. So practice group 3 is 1st, 4th, 7th, 10th, so on by threes. And then group 2 is 2nd, 5th, 8th, same thing all the way back through 5th, 35th. And then the last one is 3rd, 9th, 12th, all the way back. So
when is the first practice session today?
6 o'clock. It's like 6:10.
6:10.
So group 1, you've got Byron, Larson, Bowman, Suarez, Gibbs, Bubba, Hocevar, Herbst, Noah, Ty Dillon, Austin Dillon, Ryan Preece, and Tim Brown. Group 2 is Blaney, Bell, Hamlin, Cindric, SVG, Busher, Bush, Gilliland, Custer. Fucking ugly numbers.
You hate those numbers.
Hate
on
those numbers.
Custer's.
Hate those numbers. Eric Jones, Justin Haley, John Hunter Nemechek, and old Burt Myers.
Yeah,
And
I think some of these names that people are seeing that they've never seen before that are the modified guys, I think they're going to do really well in this. Tim
Brown actually builds these cars. Like he works for, as far as I know, he works for RFK, I believe. That's last I knew. But then the group 3, which will be the first ones out, that's Logano, Reddick, Elliott, Briscoe, Keselowski, Josh Berry, Chastain, Zane Smith, Stenhouse, Dinger, McDowell, AJ's favorite driver, Cody Ware, and Garrett Smithley.
Jesus, Garrett Smithley.
Dude, Cody Ware and Garrett Smithley in the same friggin'
shit show.
Holy. Oh, and Stenhouse. Don't forget Stenhouse.
Oh, Jesus. There'll be a lot of cautions in that heat.
Yeah. So each group will have 2 8-minute practice sessions. For the final practice or qualifying session, each group will stage in the pit area, then be split into 2 groups in order, position 1 through 6, followed by 7th to 13th per the chart above. Each session will be 4 minutes to set a fast time. Once you return to your pit area, your qualifying session is complete.
Basically, they're telling you better unload quick.
So, yeah, one of your second, I guess the second practice they get is their qualifying. And then that's how they line up the heat races.
At what point does the first message between the two of us get sent a big junk?
I say in the first 5 of a heat race.
Big junk.
Or you think it might be practice?
It could be practice too.
So in that video I watched that I was telling you about, that documentary I watched on YouTube this morning.
Right.
So Ben Kennedy was on there, and it was him and the marketing director that actually made this happen. And they're sitting in the stands watching a regular Saturday night show. And Ben Kennedy's laughing. He's like, dude, I love retaliation. And this dude's going backwards and hit another guy head on, and they're showing it. And he's like, I love it. Retaliation. Awesome. I'm like, great. That's what we need in the sport. Somebody who's not a freaking pansy.
Hey, I agree. We need someone. I'll see if I can get let's see if I can get.
I tried to name my fantasy team and it wouldn't let me.
See if I can get Chrome to kind of make us an edit of this.
You can't put curse junk junkie.
I want like a bunch of wrecked race cars in here. Big junk.
Big junk. NASCAR cars in a dumpster. Let me see.
Big junk. Why do I keep doing that? I keep clicking the wrong damn layout.
But yeah, I was gonna name my team for fantasy. I see London, fuck Brian France, and it wouldn't let me.
Well, you saw what I named my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm assuming my fantasy league's my fantasy team's gonna go. Just like NASCAR's consistency. It won't be the same from week to week. It'll either be really good or really shit.
You wanna make a deal?
What's that?
Whoever finishes last out of you and I has to rock some piece of Cody Ware garb next year.
Fuck you. I mean, that's more incentive to be on it. I will take the bet.
All right.
Fuck.
And if we go to Daytona together, that's where it has to happen.
And it'll only be for Saturday. It won't be for Sunday.
Oh, I understand that. I understand that.
As long I have to step foot, or you have to step foot on Daytona grounds wearing Cody Ware merchandise.
Where can you even buy Cody Ware merchandise?
I fucking don't know.
I'm not Googling it.
I don't know. Lock up at a fucking penitentiary? I don't know.
Ask his old lady, maybe. I don't.
That was
fucked up.
I'm looking online to see if there's any Cody Ware. There is.
Holy shit.
They have t-shirts.
Cody Ware.
The most basic shirts ever.
Looks
hey,
like
can I change it up? Can I get the pullover hoodie that says "We want Cody," even though it's obviously Cody Rhodes?
Do you You should get the one that Kevin Owens had on. Cody sucks eggs.
Phil, I got your shirt.
Oh, dude, if it's this same yellow one I'm looking at,
It's
that
the
says
yellow one.
slave to Cody wear, get out of here. Dude, that's fucked.
Considering I wear a 2X, I can get the large Ford Rick Ware Racing NASCAR Pit Crew shirt. Squeeze into that.
Dude, we got off track really quick.
First episode, man.
Oh, dude, he's got his own website, CodyShaneWare.com.
I'm probably banned from that too. Going to his website's going to put me on like a watch list.
So pull that spotter chart back up again. Let's look through that some more.
You want the spotter chart? There's the spotter chart.
Because I was looking at this earlier, and they changed up the Freightliner scheme for Cindric finally. It's not that one with all the freaking neon design down the side. Now it's a gradient. I like it.
Well, I thought the one that I saw at Cindric's was like, it almost looked like a road layout, like a map.
Yeah, it could, I think it is. It's got something in it, yeah. But the 3-car and the 4-car look way too similar. Larson, you can't come up with anything better than that
I
scheme.
don't know
like,
why they don't
I
do
understand like the nostalgia to it, but dude, you can have so much nicer shit.
Wait a minute,
remember,
Tim Cindric's not with Penske anymore?
I don't know. He's not.
I looked up Austin Cindric on Twitter, and the first tweet is, so Tim Cindric is no longer with Penske. How long before Austin is sent packing?
Soon, I hope. That was fucked up. Not really.
Soon, I hope.
But like, look at all these other paint schemes. I mean, even Chase's. Chase's is plain, but it's different. Like,
I've always liked the white Napa scheme.
All they run is that scheme. Like, do you remember Tony Stewart's HendrickCars.com car?
I've got the Cindric one, like the bigger version, so you can see it.
Oh, you're a bitch.
Yeah, it's like little roads or like a map inside it.
Oh yeah.
Why am I a bitch? What did I do?
No, not you. My keyboard is wireless, and if I'm trying to use my mouse and hit the keyboard at the same time, it doesn't work. Listen, don't hate. All right.
I'm just drinking my cup of caramel.
What?
I forgot that I was still sharing the screen. You got to be careful with what you scroll with on Twitter.
Do you remember this Hendrick cars?
Oh, yeah. 22 hours ago. Team Penske announced today that Tim Cindric has decided to step back as the overall day-to-day leader of Team Penske's racing programs. Tim will remain as the president of Team Penske's IndyCar efforts and have oversight to the team's racing archives and historical assets. Ron Ruzewski will continue as managing director for the IndyCar team. Michael Nelson will remain as the president of the Team Penske's NASCAR program, vice president of operations, while Jonathan, not even going to try to pronounce that, will continue in the role of managing director of Porsche Penske Motorsport. Both Nelson and that name I can't pronounce will report directly to Roger Penske. And Tim Cindric just had a little blurb. So is Austin Cindric on the hot seat for 2025? I
mean, who do you think would go there?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Who could be a good teammate for Joey would be the better question in all actuality.
Harrison Burton.
I don't see it. I think Harrison Burton is right where he belongs this year. He needs to be in the Xfinity series. They moved him up way too fast. My opinion.
I think they move up a lot of guys way too fast.
Oh yeah.
You know?
But it kills their freaking, the look of them, because you think they're going to run so good and then boom, just shit.
The 3 and the 4 do look a lot similar. You weren't fucking shitting.
Yeah, other than the orange. Kyle Busch with the zone pouches one. That's a good looking car. I like that car.
I like that Chase Briscoe basically did very subtle changes to the Truex scheme.
Yeah. He's got some good looking cars this year. Noah has some really good looking cars this year.
Noah's cars look badass.
What else we got in here?
I told you about the Reddick one. I love the Reddick one.
Yeah. Yeah, unbannable.
Because you could sit here and say that it's to promote that shoe all you want, or that story. We know why that's on that car.
It's a big FU to NASCAR.
And I think Jordan had a lot to do with it too.
Oh yeah. What did I say? BSD, big swinging dick.
Faux show. I did it again. Son of a bitch.
You need to learn how to do things better.
I'm sorry, man. It's the first episode of the season. Give me a break.
I've got some people that want to come on and bullshit racing with us too this season that we might get on, and a couple
Sketch?
friends of mine.
Sketch? No.
No.
Shit, man. I had so much shit on my mind. Now I can't remember. Oh, I know what we can do. I know what you and I can do real quick. I had a tweet this week.
Who's your picks tonight?
Well, I mean, you want to do that now or you want to do that at the end?
We can do it at the end.
You know, like Couch Racer put up a tweet. Said, what changes would you like to see? Yada, yada, yada. And I tweeted the thing that I have been preaching for the last 4 or 5 years now. If you want to keep the playoff format, make the final round be 4 races with 4 different track types. Most points at the end of the round is the champion. Rotate the final race. Tiebreaker determined by stage points. Then to average finish if still tied. I went on. Just to add on this, if you eliminate the first round, you don't need 16 drivers. It's pointless. How many of those initial bottom 4 make it to the final 8? It's not many. Furthermore, with the elimination of the first round, you add those 3 races to the championship round, obviously not necessarily the same tracks. You don't shorten or extend any part of the season. It's still a 10-race playoff.
I'm with you.
What 4 races? What 4 racetracks would you like as the final 4? Homestead's got to be there.
I'd say Homestead would be I'd consider that my intermediate.
I'd put Dega as my super speedway.
I race in super speedway, dude.
I'd race in super speedway. No, but I
Um,
put Dega because you can't. You could start your season in Daytona. I don't want you to end your season in Daytona. That, summer race is perfect the way it is.
I hear you but at the same time, dude, that's prestigious. First race and last race, it just makes it even bigger.
You make the Daytona 500 meaningless.
But at the same time, I don't want the championship to come down to a plate race.
For sure.
I think that would be the first race. That would be your wild card, and then you've got to chase your ass the next 3.
If you wanted to end it with the super speedway, you'd have to do Atlanta. Atlanta would have to be your one, because it's starting to turn into that non-traditional super speedway in a sense of, the runs are huge, but you've got to calculate when you're going to go. There is no, I'll tail to the back and then come back to the front. You just can't do that there, where you can do that at Talladega or something like that. So Atlanta's your only one that really, I think, of all these super speedways that actually comes down to the driver skill of it.
I'll agree with that.
So that would have to be Atlanta. And then Bristol or Martinsville would be my short track.
Now, I asked you a question when we were talking about that. So
do I consider Richmond a short track?
what do you consider a short track? Like, what size do you consider a short track? See, because for me, it's mile and under. Like that's the way I've always thought of it. Is mile.
I
and
go
under.
a little shorter, but I mean, I guess you could say Dover is technically a short track. It just races like an intermediate.
New Hampshire, same thing, really.
New Hampshire, I just don't like flat. Like Martinsville's fine because it's flat, but like New Hampshire, just there's something about the racing at New Hampshire that I'm just like,
How big's Gateway?
I'm bored of it. How big's Gateway? Didn't we go through this?
You and I talked about it the other day, I think, didn't we? When we were just sitting here bullshitting the other night, I think we talked about it, but I can't remember.
1.2 mile oval.
Okay.
What's Iowa?
1 point something, I think.
Iowa is 0.875.
Okay, that's a short track.
Good facility too.
Yeah.
I just can't see the championship ending in Iowa. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
I can see it ending in Bristol. I can see it ending in Martinsville. So what do we got here? Homestead,
Bowman Gray for the
Bowman Gray
championship.
for the championship. Homestead, Talladega, or Atlanta. Phoenix is nowhere near any of this.
Bristol, Martinsville.
Bristol or Martinsville.
What would your road course be?
I could rotate it between Watkins Glen or Sonoma. I feel like Sonoma that time of year will look beautiful.
See, here's my opinion, and I've said it before. I think there's way more road courses out there that they need to start taking to. Mexico coming to the Cup Series is big. Like that's huge. Kyle Busch had to get his shit fixed before he could go, or he wasn't allowed to go because he got arrested or whatever.
I'm looking at pictures of like what Sonoma Raceway looks like in October, and it would be perfect.
It's pretty green, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when do they run that? Like June, July? I think it's just before Daytona, usually in the summer.
It used to be like 7-8 races into the season.
Yeah.
It used to be the first road course out of the way. Oh, bro, that's a picture. That's a picture. I know this is like a recent picture. But man, wouldn't this be something? I'm going to put it in this overlay here. Hopefully it loads quickly. I just think it's perfect. Look at that.
Dude, that's pretty.
Can you imagine? We grew up in the wrong time period. I guess you kind of grew up in sort of the right time period. I grew up at the first couple seasons outside of that time period.
Dude, we got a hell of a Daytona 500 entry list going right now.
Have they actually released like the official entry list yet, or is that not going to come till maybe next week?
I'm assuming it'll probably come like once we get closer. They usually do it like after the Clash is when Jayski usually starts posting his. But I mean, right now we've got Corey LaJoy.
You know, I'm glad you brought Corey LaJoy up because do you want to talk about that fucking interview he did?
Yeah.
I thought when I saw people saying that, you know, he was talking about how there's no point to running the lower series and all that because, you know, that's you don't race on those days, not wanting to race on Sundays, yada, yada, yada. And I thought that was all a joke till I actually watched the video and I go, you tone deaf motherfucker. Yeah. Like it does not. I don't want to say he's not appreciative of the spot that he's in, but it really doesn't sound like he's being appreciative of the spot he's in.
Boy got spoiled. That's the problem.
Yeah, but he never raced for a premier team.
But did he earn a ride with a premier team?
No. So like,
who did he fill in for?
Of?
Didn't he filled in for Chase Elliott, right?
Yeah, filled in for Chase.
Didn't do terrible.
Wasn't awful, but wasn't great.
Like 10th to 20th.
You know, he was running normal Corey LaJoy area.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, what the big test is now that he's gone from Spire for a full season, how does he do compared to what Spire does? And then I'll tell you everything you need to know. If Spire's out there finishing top 5, top 10 consistently, and, you know, Corey wasn't doing that, proof's in the pudding.
But, I mean, they've also made some big changes.
They've made some big changes, yeah. I mean, sure, but Rick Ware Racing was no slouch there at the beginning part of last season. They were running pretty good.
But I think that acquisition of Rodney is going to be huge for that team, just in general.
Oh, you're bringing in Rodney. You're bringing in Michael McDowell. Like, these are guys who were in lower teams and worked their ways up.
And Hocevar, I mean, Hocevar's, yeah, he came in with Nice, but I mean, he's driven his ass off in everything he's driven.
Say what you want about Hocevar, kid can wheel.
Oh, I like him. I like him for that reason, dude. He takes no shit.
No.
Herbst in the 2311 car, that'll be a good test.
Someone posted on Twitter talking about how it's funny that Denny says on his podcast, you know, he's not after drivers who bring money to the table, and then he brings in Riley Herbst. You know, and it's kind of like, But who knows? Riley could exceed here.
I think the team to watch this year is really going to be Front Row.
Front Row got some talent.
Zane Smith, Noah, and Gilliland. I think Gilliland's doing all right. He's coming around. He ran up front a bunch last year.
I had to think, did David Gilliland run for Front Row at one point? Because I thought he did.
He might have.
Wasn't he in like the 38 or something like that?
He might have been. I know he ran the 28 for Robert Yates at the end of it.
Let me see here. I wish it would list out what teams he ran for.
Wikipedia does.
Well, that's what I'm looking at with Wikipedia. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, racing results or whatever.
From 2010 to 2016, he ran for Front Row.
No
Drove
shit.
a slew of numbers, 38, 37, 34, 38, 35.
That's back when they'd roll out like 4 or 5 cars, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
For like plate races and stuff, they'd have like 4 cars.
Yeah,
But Noah, I think is going to do good in that. I think that's a good fit for him. Love seeing the 4 car back too.
David Gilliland ran for some teams. CGM Racing, Robert Yates Racing, Yates Racing. When they did that weird, they took the Robert off of it, went to Yates, and wasn't the car like unsponsored the majority of the time?
Yeah, it was like all black with white numbers.
Yeah. TRG Motorsports, Wood Brothers, Robbie Gordon Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing in an 02 car at Charlotte in Texas.
No shit.
Phoenix Racing, BAM Racing. Remember BAM Racing?
Bam.
Front Row Motorsports and RBR Enterprise. Good Lord. That is a lot of teams.
And he was a nobody. Do you remember how they found him, dude? He won that one-off race at, I think it was Nashville or something. Driving for Hype Motorsports in the Busch Series, and it was an 88 car. Like him and LePage and a few other guys ran it. It was like Hype Energy.
Was it Clay Andrews Racing in the 84 car, won at Kentucky?
Might be, yeah.
Clay Andrews Racing, he was, I mean, let's look. Alsco 300, 2006. I'm trying to find the actual like race page.
Did you know something we haven't touched on? He was driving the number 84 Hype Manufacturing Chevrolet, becoming the first driver of 2006 to win a Busch race, who was also not running full time in the Nextel Cup.
I was trying to see if there was any like actual results from that. Hype Motorsports was the sponsor, like you were saying. David Gillen and Randall King split duties.
Who the hell is Randall King?
I fucking have no idea. King was released from his contract once the team decided to close down. King then spent a few seasons racing for smaller development teams such as Position 1 Motorsports and other family-run operations. It is currently unknown what the future may lie for this young driver and whether or not he will get another chance. He's occasionally seen at tracks assisting the driver coaching. Fuck Phillies like you.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I found the results for that race.
How many laps did he lead?
11.
Fuck, 11 that mattered.
Most laps led was 61.
Carl Edwards.
Wrong.
Made it to the Cup Series?
Oh, yeah.
Was he a Cup regular running in the Busch Series that day?
I don't believe so, but I'm not sure.
Greg Biffle?
Nope.
I feel like it was a Ford driver.
Biffle was actually driving the number 66 this time for Cub Cadet. I remember when he ran that car.
Was it a Gibbs car?
No.
Okay, let's put it this way. Manufacturer.
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet.
Finished 13th.
Finished 13th. And it wasn't Gibbs. Because was Gibbs? Yeah, Gibbs was still Chevrolet at the time. Chance 2 Motorsports?
Nope.
So it wasn't Truex.
Hendrick Motorsports.
Hendrick Motorsports. Kyle Busch?
Yeah. Yep. Led 61. Biffle led 41.
That's right. That was Kyle's first season running Cup, I think. Wasn't it?
I think so. Second place was a Joe Gibbs Racing Chevrolet number 18, old J.J. Yaley.
Oh, JJ. Yay.
So the top two were just bursting at the seams with talent throughout their career. Let me tell you. How many rides has J.J. Yaley had, bro?
Dude, that is all right. You want to do the JJ Yaley?
Yeah, let's go down the
Driver
J.J.
career?
Yaley hole. So here's
just Cup Series.
yeah, let's just do Cup Series. So let me run through this results since we were talking about it. So winner Gilliland, Yaley, Denny Hamlin in the 20 Rockwell Automation Chevy for Gibbs, Mike Wallace, which I want to talk about that a little bit.
Bro, I'm still scrolling.
So then you got Ashton Lewis, Harvick, Biffle, Rudiman, Paul Menard, which I get to go see Paul Menard run the Trans Am Series at Sebring in a couple
Paul
weeks.
Menard.
I'm pretty excited about that, dude. That guy can wheel a freaking race car. Was shit in Cup, but road racing and stuff, dude, he kicks ass. Where the hell were we? Stephen Light, Steve Wallace. That cat, Steve Wallace.
That cat.
I used to hate when Rusty would say that. That cat, Steve Wallace, man, he's flying today. Shut up, Rusty.
Shut up, Rusty.
Fucking hack. Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, Boris Said. Get to see him run at Sebring too.
Are you a said head?
He impressed me at first, and then now he's just a. I'll beat his ass though. I'll show up at his house. I'll whoop his ass.
He's a scaredy cat.
Oh, rest in peace to John Andretti. Finished 15th. Regan Smith. That was like right at the beginning of Regan Smith. He was driving the number 35 McDonald's car. Todd Cleaver, Michelle Jourdain Jr., Bernie Lamar. Do you remember Bernie Lamar?
I don't remember Bernie Lamar.
Bernie Lamar raced for Harvick, and he was married to a supermodel, and I can't remember who the hell it is. Kenny Wallace in 20th, David Green, John Wood, Danny O'Quinn, Stacy Compton, Kevin Grubb, Mark McFarland, driving for Junior.
Mark McFarland driving for Junior.
Yeah, that was the start of Junior Motorsports when I think McFarland was in it before Keselowski was in it. Because this is pre-Keselowski. He's not listed on here.
No shit.
Yeah. Joel Kaufman was driving the Supercuts car, which a ton of people drove that thing too. Tim Sauter, Jay Sauter, Chris Cook, who I've never friggin' heard of, Aaron Fike, which I think he ended up being a freaking meth head and getting arrested or something, I think.
Good Lord.
He got arrested in like a theme park parking lot doing like meth or some shit, I think. This race was filled with the Sauters, dude, because here's Johnny too.
Johnny J.
And Tim. Yep. And then Justin Dierks, Augie Vidovich.
Dirks.
Let's see. Jamie Mosley. We're into like the no-name people. Carl Edwards actually finished 36th.
Carl Edwards, that no name.
Yeah, he finished 36th after.
Carl Edwards sounds like a guy who run really well in the Cup Series, and then because the championship race didn't go his way, he quit NASCAR altogether.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that did happen.
What a loser.
Chris,
hold on. Let me finish this. I got 6 more. So you got Chris Horn, who I've never heard of, Shane Hall, Reed Sorensen.
Oh, Reed Sorensen. Fucking another underperforming driver.
He's a spotter now.
It seems about where he'd be good at.
I think he spots for Josh Williams, actually, if I remember correctly. And then you got Jason Leffler.
Rest in peace, right?
Rest in peace, Leffler. Yeah, he died in a midget wreck. Or sprint car. Hit the wall and died somewhere out there. Jeff Fuller. Oh, Morgan Shepherd, dude.
He is Josh Williams' spotter, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Morgan Shepherd rolled into that racetrack on rollerblades. You know he did.
Probably fell, too.
Could have fallen, too.
And then last place, Eric McClure. Rest in peace.
Any relation to Morgan?
No. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. My bad. I was thinking Morgan Shepherd. I got distracted, dude. Yeah, Eric McClure was Morgan McClure. Family.
I'm looking up the Morgan Shepherd fall because if I remember correctly, that might have been Kentucky. Richmond.
He busted his ass, though.
I'm going to bust his ass.
I'll bust his ass.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you. We need that added to the intro.
Honk.
Honk.
All right, JJ Yaley.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Joe Gibbs Racing for 4 years. And then it goes Hall of Fame Racing, Mayfield Motorsports, Whitney Motorsports, Tommy Baldwin Racing, Whitney Motorsports, Latitude 43 Motorsports, Whitney Motorsports, Front Row Motorsports, Robinson Blackney Racing, Tommy Baldwin Racing, Max Q Motorsports, Tommy Baldwin Racing, Max Q Motorsports, Extreme Motorsport, BK Racing, Go Fast Racing, BK Racing, Tommy Baldwin Racing, Premium Motorsports, NY Racing, Premium Motorsports, BK Racing, Rick Ware Racing, BK Racing, Rick Ware Racing, Spire Motorsports, Tommy Baldwin Racing, Rick Ware Racing, Premium Motorsports, Rick Ware Racing, MBM Motorsports, Rick Ware Racing, NY Racing Team.
Holy. Who else would have a career like that?
That's like a stat line on a baseball card after a guy just played 20 years in the league. And you're like, good God.
Something we haven't touched on. Rest in peace, Bill Weber.
Yeah. We'll never be able to actually find Bill Weber now.
I know we'll have to find his grave, and that's creepy.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
But like, All of a sudden, AJ sends me a message and it's like, Phil, and then this picture comes through, and I'm like, no way. We were just talking about him. Like literally, like a couple weeks ago, we mentioned Bill Weber about going to the hot sauce place and trying to find him.
I want to go into the hot sauce place now, just in his honor.
You got a Bill Weber hot sauce in here?
you got Bill Weber's hot sauce.
Yeah, Bill Weber got his own sauce or what?
Someone's gonna look at you. Go who?
I don't know. Bill Weber, guy used to work here.
I used to work here. Oh god. So who's your pick?
I'm gonna do a long shot and I'm gonna do a good pick. So my pick, shit, I don't know. That's
I know
a
who I'm
tough
going
one.
for my long shot.
Here's your long shot.
Josh Berry.
That's a good one. I want to see one of the Bowman Gray guys do something. I want to see one of them make it in the show.
Trying to think of who I'd want for my like. Well, you know, Joey always wins at new tracks.
I hope somebody wrecks this freaking hair transplant having ass.
He always wins at brand new tracks, first time tracks. It's always Joey. I don't know, man. You got to think of your short track guys.
I'm gonna go with Reddick.
Reddick's good. Fuck, I got to bring up the spotter chart again so I can figure out who I want my main pick to be. Oh, the general, Cole Custer.
God, those numbers though.
But like
those numbers are just.
Priest could be really good here.
Priest could be good here. I think he's running the modified race.
Busher will be really good here.
I think you're going to see somebody like Justin Haley, big short track guy. I think you might see him do something.
You know what? I'm going to go 2 long shots. I'm going Noah, and I'll go Josh Berry.
I'm going to go Justin Haley for my long shot.
I'm changing mine up. Josh Berry's my long shot. Bubba's going to win.
That's a good call.
Bubba
Bubba's usually pretty good there. Yeah. Arca.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to go Bubba.
Didn't he dump somebody to win?
Was it Brett Moffitt, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. And then he tried to fight him.
Yeah. Brett Moffitt's always trying to fight somebody. Or was it Thad Moffitt? Was it Brett?
No, it wasn't Thad. It was definitely Brett because Thad's young, isn't he?
Double Walls versus Brett Moffitt, Bowman Gray 2012. Race. Corey LaJoy was in that race.
Who?
Yeah.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her. Well, hell, Phil, 55 minutes on this show. First pre-race show of the year. Daytonas will be pre-recorded too. The plan is to have mainly live shows, but if we're going to a track, then we can't necessarily do a live show.
The weekend after will also be a tape show.
The weekend after will also, that will also be a tape show.
That's when I'm at Sebring.
For Hot Atlanta.
See, I don't like starting with 2 plate tracks either. Not a big fan.
You're not a big fan?
Mm-mm. That's too much shit tore up in 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of the year.
We are now up to 5 entries on our fantasy league.
Who we got?
Junior joined, Amanda joined, you, Vince, and myself.
Hell yeah. Vince is excited. I've seen his posts all day.
Did you see Vince's fucking team name?
I had two choices. It was either the IC London fuck Brian France or Mike Wallace's chances at running the Daytona 500, but it told me that was too long.
I don't understand how Elio Castroneves gets this free pass in, and nobody says anything about that.
Well, you've also got Tim Brown and freaking Burt Myers. That I mean, I get they run modifieds all the time, but
you can't tell Mike Wallace, who's drove a Cup car, won some Busch races,
won many ARCA races, truck races,
because he's older, cannot race. Because he has no experience in this car. Does fucking Castroneves have any experience in this fucking car?
Nope.
I mean, again, we're starting off with fantastic consistency here.
I don't like the added provisional. That's the thing that pisses me off.
Well, apparently that thing's been a thing since this charter was put in.
I've never heard of it.
This is the first time it's ever been used. So apparently it was there the whole time. Trackhouse was just the first team to use it.
Oh, shit. You want a Mike Wallace rundown?
I'm imagining that one's a long one.
Here we go. And this is just Cup. Let's see. Goes all the way back to 1991.
Good Lord.
Jimmy Means Racing, Moroso Racing, Owen Racing, Jimmy Means Racing, Owens Racing, Dunleavy Racing, TriStar Motorsports, LJ Racing, Precision Products Racing, Barkdahl Racing, Dunleavy Racing, Ultra Motorsports, which that's who he drove for in the truck series, Ultra Motorsports, Penske Racing in the 12 car in 2001.
Look at Mike Walls getting a shot in the 12 car.
Ran right, decent too.
Mayfield went to Evernham at that point, didn't he?
Yeah. That was the end of the year. Charlotte, Martinsville, Talladega, Phoenix. Carr? What is Carr? Carolina, maybe? The Rock? When did they stop running the Rock?
2003?
Yeah. North Carolina Motor Speedway. So, yeah, that would be Rockingham. But he had an 8th at Martinsville, a 13th at Atlanta, and he finished second at Phoenix.
Wait a minute. Castroneves raced in the Cup Series before?
Really?
Hang on a second here. Got to go through a whole fucking biopic just to get to his motorsports results. No.
I mean, I'm not trying to stick up for him or nothing, and I'm not trying to agree with NASCAR, but in his last 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, say last 20 races that he tried to run, all the way up to 2015, his best finish was a 26th at Martinsville.
Oh, for Mike Wallace.
Yeah, other than that, it's D&Q, withdraw, D&Q, 43, 39, 34, 40.
And the flip side, Elio won the 2021 Indy 500. You know? It's not that long ago.
Holy shit, dude, his Xfinity and truck and ARCA freaking things go on, too. Holy.
We'll be here by next week. We went through that.
1991 at Atlanta, Motorcraft Fast Lube ARCA 500K at Atlanta. Oh, there's nothing about it. No shit. Yeah, so Mike Wallace drove for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. 1991, he ran 2 races, Atlanta and Atlanta. He finished 32nd in the first one, and the last race of the year, he finished second in ARCA.
No shit.
Drove for Ken Schrader. Dude, he's had a ton of decent ride. Darrell Waltrip Motorsports in the truck series. I thought didn't he win a championship in the trucks? No. Best finish was 4th in 2000. That's but I don't know. I mean, I see it both ways. Like, how are you going to let Elio in, who's never driven that car, and give him a free provisional at that?
Hasn't raced a single stock car in here
Ever. IROC. That would be
IROC.
That would be the only full body thing he probably raced, would be IROC.
He raced SRX.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He won an SRX race.
Yeah. But I just don't know. Inconsistency, like you said.
Damn, he actually did pretty good in SRX.
So how's that work for like a rookie that's never run in the Cup Series?
What do you mean?
Like,
oh,
somebody who's never run in the Cup Series.
No, I
like
get what you're
they've
saying.
never been in the car, you know. Like
I get
how
what you're saying. But I mean, they would have at least racing in the 4 series, including ARCA.
Yeah. Without testing though, dude, that's a stupid rule.
I'm not disagreeing. I agree.
I think it needs to go like you got to test your way in, you got to work your way up. That's how it should be, instead of buy your way up.
3 times, Castro Neves raced in the 24-hour Daytona. He won.
Driving for Penske, right?
Meyer Shank Racing for 2 of them. Konica Minolta Acura for the other.
Bless you.
But shit, Phil, we got some racing to watch.
I'm ready. And some wrestling, dude.
And some wrestling. What a night.
Sucks around at the same time.
Y'all enjoy the racing? When we come back for our Daytona show, we'll recap everything.
2 weeks, right?
2 weeks. We will see you guys for Daytona. Clean Air Show. We're back.
Thanks, guys.